Welcome out to the Red Country Podcast. You are joined by
Jake,
Harry,
and the host Sam. And gentlemen, we have had a rather hype night.
we have.
What a rather hype night. I believe it has been the hypest.
One of the hypest.
One of the hypest. Video issues just went up before. Jordan went into McDonald's with a Budweiser box in his head, pretending to be Solid Snake, and actually legitimately ordered his meal. That is some going, if you ask me. What do you feel about that?
Pretty funny. Pretty funny.
I'm surprised we didn't get banned.
it was just him sat there on the table, like with the box on his head, like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah. What is wrong with my life, really?
To quote Jordan,
Yeah.
is this what my life has come to?
Sitting in McDonald's with a fucking box on my head.
Wow, the famous last words there. I thought there was a good chance I'd get, like, banned from the McDonald's or,
I suppose when you're working that late, though, you're going to have some kind of sense of humour.
Yeah, the guy was
That'd probably be the
absolutely
most interesting thing that happened on the whole shift.
yeah.
Most likely. Got to deal with drunks.
The thing is, right, like, I was actually scared from him to do it because I thought I'd get in so much trouble, right? And then I was kind of like, I don't know, it just came to the point where I was like, actually, fuck it, this will be absolutely golden. Like, we walked in and it was just like, me and Harry went to the toilet, and then like I walked out and Jordan was just sitting there while standing there, just like getting his meal. There's a guy behind the counter absolutely buckled, and a woman just looking at him just like, what the fuck? And I called Jake recording it. I was like shit, I better be recording it. Then obviously I saw Jake and I was like, thank fuck for that. Anyways, guys, what have you been playing lately?
Not much really. I downloaded Bioshock Infinite Burial at Sea Part 1 last night, and although the first part got like bad reviews, apparently, like, oh yeah, it's mediocre at best, really. I thought so far I'm finding it alright. Mind you, I did spend an hour and a half just kind of like walking around, like picking up audio logs and listening to like NPC conversations and stuff.
Yeah.
So like, and I've only really been playing like the actual nitty gritty of the game with like enemy encounters and stuff for about an hour. But so far it seems fairly solid.
I didn't like Bioshock Infinite very much.
No, it's not. It's alright. I mean, it's fun to play because you're back in Rapture, after like all this time.
Yeah.
And at least that part kind of makes it passable. But apparently the second chapter is the one that's the best, really, with like the best gameplay and stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. There's another thing I was going to say as well. That's it. In Bioshock Infinite, one of like the main gimmicks is like the skyhooks, which like you ride around the rails on and stuff. Which for Bioshock Infinite, like, although it kind of felt, I don't know, it was supposed to be used in combat, but you're just like an open target when you use it in combat, at least in the main story of Bioshock Infinite. It's somehow, for some reason, ram-jammed into Burial at Sea, which doesn't really make sense.
Ram-jam, that's a band.
Whatever. It doesn't really make sense because you're underwater and like you're zooming around on rails and stuff in a room.
Yeah.
Or an atrium, which like it's a bit shit.
It doesn't have like the same effect.
No.
I can imagine.
Unless the atrium is huge.
Yeah.
I imagine it's pretty shit.
Literally, the first rail that you encounter is literally just like a figure of 8, like around a room, and that's it.
So just your thing is like feels tacked on.
It feels a bit tacked on, yeah.
Just keep the gimmick.
Yeah, I imagine they were like, okay, let's recycle an asset. How about the melee animations? Okay, the melee animations uses the skyhook. Well, I guess we better put the fucking skyhook in then.
Yeah, I think that whole game felt like they just like tacked things on.
A little bit. It could have been. I don't know. It wasn't that it was tacked on. It was just not stitched together properly. Really.
Yeah, I think I remember the ending. I remember actually talking to you about the ending, and you said it best about a year ago. You said you felt that the ending that had a twist for the sake of having a twist.
Yeah.
I think Columbia as a world was like it looked so beautiful, but you couldn't even explore it. It was like, what the hell's the point?
That's the thing with Rapture. Like you could actually like walk around and like soak in all like the propaganda posters and like the like quirky little like 40s like radio music
It
going
was
on in the background
almost open world.
and audio logs
Bioshock.
and stuff, yeah. And like the perfect way to describe it, I thought, was in Edge magazine, and in their review of Bioshock Infinite, it said Bioshock Infinite forgets Columbia in the way that Bioshock 1 never forgot Rapture.
Yeah.
Like the Columbia just kind of like gets shoved aside, and it's literally just a setting for a story. You know, if it can be called that. It's a million stories all at once, which is a bit dumb. But anyway, it's just a setting for a story. They could have done so much more with like the I don't know, just like racist oppression and stuff that's prevalent in the start of the game, but it just gets completely lost in like alternate universes and like revolution plots and stuff like that. And eventually, and by the end of it, you just kind of think, well, that could have been so much better if it had just focused on Columbia rather than everything else.
Well, that's what made Bioshock 1 for me great.
Yeah.
It wasn't you were this guy who just came out of a plane crash in the sea. It was you were this guy who just came out of a plane crash into Rapture, an underwater metropolis, which is like,
holy shit,
fuck?
let's explore this underwater metropolis.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of feeling that you get at the start of the game when you like get in the rocket chair and you go up to Columbia and you see it for the first time and it's amazing, and the and like, you know, the violin music's playing, it looks all heavenly with like sunbeams and stuff, and you think, wow, this is a really great and unique setting. But that's all it is. It's just a setting.
Yeah,
it's not an
just
actual
an asset.
Yeah, I think the thing is with Rapture is Rapture worked better because I think Rapture had this sort of like this really like creepy vibe to it. You could tell that it had been, you know, like it had been like run down and, you know, deserted by like revolution and stuff like that, and like, you know, all that kind of stuff. And whereas I think with Columbia starts off as this like, you know, nice happy sort of like, you know, sky place, but it never, like, I don't think that the juxtaposed it at all, you know, even like, you know, like hell breaks out, it still kind of has this nice vibe to it. It doesn't,
from what I've seen, like, I've not played it, but I've seen, you know, people who have, and it's like, when I was watching it was like, it's in the middle, like towards like the middle of the game where Revolution's kicked off. It's like everything's still painted well, it's not broken, all the windows are fine. It's like just for the sake of continuity.
It doesn't feel like the setting adapts very well. And you know, I don't think, you know, it is with the setting. It's kind of setting you'd expect more in like a kids game rather than like.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Like, I think Rapture, like, the thing is, right, even when I watch videos of Rapture, I can feel that vibe. I think Rapture has a very claustrophobic sort of like, you know, damp and dingy vibe.
Literally, the only thing that makes Bioshock Infinite a Bioshock game is, one, the name, two, there's plasmids, kind of, even though they're not called plasmids.
What are they called? Salt?
Vigors.
Vigors, but you get, what's the salt?
And salt is like the fuel, like Eve.
Yeah.
Where, like, three, in the first reveal trailer, they like had the camera going through a fish tank, and there was a little figure of a Big Daddy there. Did you see it? And finally, you go back. Spoiler alert, guys! You go back to Rapture at the end.
Yeah.
Like for some reason.
I never got either. I never got the ending.
Don't get me wrong. Like the part where you go back to Rapture, literally, like, I was watching it. I was like away from the controller at the time, so I had no control. Like, you could move your character around and look around and stuff. Literally, if you left the controller like immediately after you enter Rapture, like you go through a tear and you're in Rapture. If you leave the controller, it's much more powerful because Songbird is like right in front of you and he's like on the other side of the glass wall, and like the pressure is like starting to kill him, and like he slowly starts to die, and like all the bubbles like come out of his like glass and stuff, and you like suddenly like the fog I say fog, you're underwater.
Condensation.
It kind of clears, and like you see in the background like the Empire State Building, well, what looks like the Empire State Building, like lit up in blue, and you're like, wait, holy shit! And like everything just kind of like comes into view, and like, holy shit, you're back in Rapture, and like there's a big statue of like Andrew Ryan, and like no god, no whatever, just man.
No gods or kings, just man.
Yeah, and that's really powerful. But literally, if as soon as you go back to Rapture, if you turn around, you're like, oh yeah, there's a circus of value. I'm back in Rapture. Holy shit. But if you just leave the controller, it's much more powerful.
Yeah. It seems Bioshock Infinite was like something for Irrational Games that like started out as a good idea, like the juxtaposition of look at this lovely idyllic sky town that's under a lot of problems and a lot of like pressure and a lot of evil.
It would have worked so much better if the first couple of chapters of Bioshock Infinite, you can walk around the towns with the NPCs still there. You can buy stuff from shops, or you can steal from them and then they'll go ape shit. You can buy stuff from shops. You can walk around, listen to NPC conversations. You can like get Elizabeth to go and buy candy floss and stuff, which, in my opinion, was like really fun. And it would have worked so much better if the Bioshock Infinite story was just exploring like the nitty gritty underworlds. You know, like the working sector where like the Irish and the blacks are like forced to work and stuff. But they didn't do that. To me, it felt like they had 3 separate teams writing the story who didn't speak to each other until the final day.
Oh, game devs.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I think the game was insanely convoluted.
Yeah.
And I think ambiguous. You know, it's right. Like the first Bioshock game, I thought, pretty good, you know, great story. But I always preferred the second one. I just think the gameplay was the best on that, you know, and it's that whole argument of narrative over story. I mean, over gameplay, sorry. And I'm always on gameplay in the end of the day because, I mean, I'll get from the point of view of, right, would Super Mario World be better with this heart-filled, political, symbolic story? No, of course not. It's fine the way it is.
Yeah.
Anyways, what have you been playing, Jake?
Apart from more or less the same as last time, like Battlefield, yeah, that's all it's been. It's just I get with Battlefield, I've become really addicted to, because like the way it works now is each class has like a separate level up, and then each weapon class has a separate level up. So if you're a medic, you have like, you get medic points for, you know, healing, reviving, and things like that. And then your assault rifle, the more you use it, the more kills you get. That levels up. Mm-hmm. But if you then pick a carbine, a DMR, or a shotgun, which are consistent throughout all 4 classes,
right?
It's just the first one that changes. So medic, you've got an assault rifle. Engineer, you get PDWs. Right. Support, you get LMGs, and recon, you get snipers. Right. But carbines, DMRs, and shotguns are all consistent. Yeah. But it's basically the more you shoot something, the more points you get for that weapon. And I'm constantly with the DMRs because they're in that between where they are snipers, but they're also semi-automatic. Yeah. So it's like they can be fired really rapidly and kill very quickly.
See, with like what you're talking about there, which is essentially like weapon XP and class XP. The model I have for multiplayer XP systems is just Modern Warfare 2. Like, you can, because I played Modern Warfare 2 so much, and in fact I seem to remember this time last year I was still playing Modern Warfare 2. With Lummy, who is not here. I like, you didn't have, you just had 1 XP bar and that was it. And to get more stuff for your weapon, you just had to
complete challenges,
which also gave you regular XP.
I remember that.
But by the time Modern Warfare 3 came around, and even Black Ops, like Black Ops had a dodgy way of doing it. You had like credits and you could buy whatever upgraded you.
Yeah, Black Ops 2 was weird in that sense.
Yeah, and like when Modern Warfare 3 came around and I played like, I don't know, like 20 levels of the multiplayer, it was so complicated. Like, you had your overall XP bar, you had your weapon XP bar, you had your weapon attachment XP bar, you had your perk XP bar or something, and it was just so many like different XP bars. You just wanted one. You just wanted one, and if you used one gun, then that was great.
Black Ops 2 was very like confusing. It's like you said, you had your weapon XP bar. You then had your attachment one, which then unlocked. You had to do a challenge, but you still had to like unlock different reticles. I'd rather just buy them, or not have them at all.
Yeah, it gets to a point where, don't get me wrong, I like customization in games, but like Modern Warfare 3's version of customization, where you can literally just go so far in so many different combinations.
Yeah.
You don't really. In Modern Warfare 2, you found like a set of perks and a gun and a playstyle that suited you like reasonably quickly. Like you went through them as you unlocked them. You played a couple matches and you were like, okay, this perk would be better with this gun. But with in Modern Warfare 3, where there's literally thousands of combinations, you don't know where to start.
Well, with the 10 perk, like the 10 slot class systems on Black Ops 2 and Ghosts, it's like, where do I even begin?
What do you do?
So yeah, I remember when I used to play Rainbow Six, which is one of my favourite sort of like online shooter. I remember like you had your rank. And then like they had the different kind of weapons and like secondary weapons you could use and attachments. You would unlock them by I think they had CQB, assault and marksmanship.
Yeah.
And like different kind of kills and so like offensive moves would get you a different kind of point. And you could like you'd have to like get I think you had to get level 50 for all them to like unlock every weapon. Now it's been like since 2010 since I last played this, but I thought that was a really cool way of doing things. It was also good because you could just farm XP by constantly getting CQB kills because they're the easiest. Because I used to go around with a shotgun, you could farm them, and every time you like leveled up your CQB, because you could level that up as I think like 100, you would like I can remember just like you get so much XP, and that's how I actually got my elite rank. So I don't know if that's XP similar to Battlefield at all. Because that was quite customizable, that game.
Yeah, the way the customization works for weapons is it's like one bar. So the more you use that weapon, the more you unlock stuff for that weapon.
Yeah, I think it was the same. I think it might have been the same for Rainbow Six. It's been so long since I played it.
It's just a progression.
See,
so everything's like listed and you just
customization and like weapon unlocks and stuff is like all well and good, but it gets to the point where literally you have so much shit in your game where you just can't balance it.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I feel right now that Modern Warfare 2 is reasonably balanced, even though it's taken them. Let me finish. Even though it's taken them actually fucking ages to get it right.
I'm curious, how is it balanced? Because when I played that game back in 2010, and that game was like so broken, it was unbelievable.
In 2010, it was broken.
But and how has it progressed? Because I'm curious now.
Well, every weapon class is actually quite viable. That's what I mean. Like different.
Even shotguns.
Even shotguns, yeah.
Because I remember on COD 4, the shotgun was absolutely useless. But Blame Truth, who was a really good COD commentator who actually hated COD, he used to say, he did videos where he just got all shotgun kills and he absolutely tanked it. So I should try to use a shotgun to be like him.
Yeah.
But those shotguns were because they just didn't seem to fire properly.
Yeah, there are don't get me wrong, I say it's balanced. Not every gun is viable. Literally, you can skip out pretty much half the unlocks, and you wouldn't really notice a difference in gameplay.
I can remember
once you find your playstyle and you stick yourself to that playstyle. My playstyle really is just look around the map with an assault rifle, pick enemies off at a distance, and yeah.
It's what it's like for Battlefield for me.
Stuff like that up close.
I sit back.
You just all you got to do is just find a playstyle that works, work on it, and then you're fine. You can run around with a shotgun if you really want to. If you've got ADHD.
I can't play the game properly because when I play shooters, I'm so impatient.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. That's not to say that there's not loads of things in Modern Warfare 2 that piss me off.
I just I have to be moving. If I'm staying in one spot camping or in a general area, I just get bored. I like the adventure around the map.
I'm different in the sense that I could easily just put a medium-ranged scope on a sniper for Call of Duty or Battlefield and sit there and just wait. Like, it's funny because me and my dad, we play Battlefield a lot together. Well, I say a lot when we can. But it's funny because he's unlocked every single shotgun. I've only unlocked 4. Which tells you a lot about
4 out of
12.
Right.
It's like 10 plus.
Yeah.
But it's like he's unlocked every single shotgun, no matter what map. It could be a big, huge map or the smallest map is called Operation Locker, which is basically the equivalent to Operation Metro in Battlefield 3.
Okay.
Right. That's the closest.
I remember that
map
on the beta back in the day.
So hype. I love
it. It was a
Operation
great map.
The great thing about it was like when renter servers came out and people would just stick like 1,500 tickets on, and you'd sit there and play Operation Metro for 3 hours.
Was this one where like you originally start off like on the ground, then you go like underground in the metro station?
It would depend on what game mode you're playing. That was Rush. You'd be outside, and then like it would blow up and you go in. But Conquest, you start inside, and like work outside, like through the metro and then out.
Yeah.
But it was like with Battlefield 4, I sit like and stay back. I always put a medium range scope on a sniper or pick a DMR and sit there and support.
Yeah.
Whereas my dad, he gets a shotgun and he goes negative all the time, but he's in there just shotgun. And
yeah, that's the kind of person I am.
shotgun.
I always go negative, but I have fun. Like I think if I had the patience, I'd probably be good at shooters, but I'm really not. I'm impatient like hell. I just want to. I want to play. I play games like Mario. They're fast paced. Shooters have to be fast paced for me. Like that's why like the original Doom. I'm like really good at the original Doom when I play against everybody else. Cause I'm just like I just press an LT and just zoom around the map like. Woo!
So the only time I ever camped in Modern Warfare 2 was when I was close to like an AC-130. I was like, hey, I'm not gonna die.
They were horrible. They were so OP. I must say. Lately, because no one's ever segued onto me yet.
I was just about to.
We were on our way.
Oh, maybe.
I'm sad.
What have you been playing, Sam?
Come on, Sam. Give us the deets.
I feel so. I feel like there's putting pressure on us now by both segueing at once.
Oh no!
And I'm getting shy. I'm being a little bitch like Lummy and getting shy to say things. You put us into a corner.
Oh, no.
I'm like an animal. I'm scared.
Well, if you like, we can talk about Battlefield a little bit more.
Nah, I've been playing one of the finest games. A game you lent me, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and a bit of PlayStation's All Stars Battle Royale for that little bit of contrast. I'm really liking Brawl. Especially after I unlock Captain Falcon, like not because of the whole Falcon punch, which is just so like over, like I mean, I'm a massive F-Zero fan, but still, people can shut the fuck about Falcon punch. It's so like overplayed. But as soon as I unlocked him, I was like, yeah, he's a pretty hype character. He seems a little bit overpowered compared to some other characters, though. But I played for I haven't played for the story mode yet, the Subspace Emissary, I believe it's called. Okay. But I've been playing classic mode because that's the way I know Smash Bros. From like the N64 days. Because now I play Melee, and I've really been enjoying that though. I unlocked Morph as well.
Morph would be my main if he was unlocked from the start, but he's not. So usually when I take Brawl to people's houses, we're just like, oh yeah, we'll just play with the full characters.
Well, Harry, when you come round mine next time for a Brawl tournament, guess what? You can play as Morph.
Yeah! But you should play the Subspace Emissary because it starts off a little bit dodgy.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, oh well, this is like some kind of ridiculous plot where like all the Nintendo franchise characters are all in the same place, and there's like mild threat from some weird like aliens kind of thing. But at the same time, like, it's the cutscenes that make it. It's just the fucking cutscenes.
Isn't that one where, like, Wario... I was like, I remember there was, like, a trailer where Wario let off, like, a massive fart. That was pretty funny. Yeah. When I was, like, 13.
And, it's just the cutscenes and, like, if you see all your favourite Nintendo franchises, like, interacting with each other.
Oh, I love Nintendo.
Well, I say Nintendo. There's this cutscene where Lucario, like, he, like, kind of uses his, like, heat vision. And like he can see like Solid Snake hiding in his little box, so like he kicks him and like Snake like gets alerted and like he has the exclamation mark over him and stuff.
I must say
it's And there's another one which is my favourite, where it's Mr. Game & Watch's first appearance, and like he takes Peach's umbrella and he's just like dawdling around like with Peach's umbrella.
That sounds quite amusing. I must say though, Solid Snake shouldn't be in that game. As much as I love Nintendo, Solid Snake should have been in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. I know it came out 4 years later, but like, I'm sorry, but I've always saw Metal Gear Solid and Resident Evil as Devil May Cry, Tekken as although they're all like multi-plat, they belong on PlayStation. They got the break there. It's like when I see I think like Mega Man should be like it's got a Nintendo thing. Yeah. Castlevania has a very Nintendo feel because they all kind of got their start there. But I do enjoy the game. After you told us about the PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale, like the rival cutscenes, I watched all them and they were really funny as well. Where it's like what's the best one's the one with Radek, and he's like doing some like dramatic monologue. Oh, yeah. And all of a sudden
Daniel comes in, he's like, I'm trying to find
I want to know why he hasn't got the bottom half of his mouth. I've never played Medieval, and I don't.
Medieval is such a good game.
Is it worth playing because? It seems like it's like a renowned PlayStation classic.
Yeah, I'd say it's worth playing. I picked it like the first one up, I think about 3-4 months ago, and it's really good, but the controls haven't aged well at all. Like you move with the D-pad, you don't move with the thumbstick, and that really put me off.
See, that's one of the problems with old games is when something ages well and the rest of the game is immaculate except for that one thing, which compared to everything else now is shit.
It's probably just I'm so used to using thumbsticks because I play obviously shooters.
Yeah.
So it's like the thumbstick is your god.
Yeah.
When you play shooters.
Best friend thumbstick.
But it's worth playing, and number 2 is definitely worth playing as well. Number 2 is what got me into Medieval.
So wait, how many because I can't seem to find the page on Wikipedia because was it free? Because I know there's Medieval moves.
There's 2, definitely 1 and 2, because I remember playing 2 you start off in like a graveyard, whereas 1 you start in like a tomb. Not much difference, but it's open in number 2, I think.
And all on the PS1.
Should be, yeah.
Because I'm kind of tempted to pick these up to see what type of game they are, because I don't know, I'd
say they're probably like an adventure game, which is quite cool.
Yeah,
they are really good.
Oh, by Sony Computer Entertainment Cambridge Studio. Now that makes sense why Radek and him are rivals, because what I noticed is the rivals on that aren't just totally random. Guerrilla Cambridge, that's like the same people made both,
helped with killing.
Yeah, Guerrilla Cambridge obviously made like the PSP games.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that makes sense. It's kind of like similar to how I believe it was. Who was he on? You were telling us. I know why that is. Yes, Sweet Tooth and Kratos, both by Santa Monica. And isn't it funny how overpowered those two characters are? Compared to everybody else. And who made PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale? What was it? Sony Entertainment? I believe it was.
It was.
Isn't that peculiar? I believe though.
It's a shame Twisted Metal's a shit game.
I still want to play it actually.
Play the old one. Play the older ones. The new one is unplayable.
See, that's making a character deliberately overpowered is it's a bit of a shitty move. Like in Injustice, Superman is like the highest tier character. Like everybody high level plays Superman in Injustice. Yeah, it's either like
Superman, Sinestro or Green Lantern. I don't know why.
It's either Superman or Green Arrow. Like they're like the most frequent played characters. But I think the only reason they made Superman that powerful was because there was a Superman movie coming out at the time, and they were like, "Hey guys, let's push Man of Steel. Let's make Superman really powerful." And they couldn't nerf him, I suppose, but they didn't really. They just didn't.
Is Injustice like Mortal Kombat?
Injustice plays very similar to Mortal Kombat. It's made by NetherRealm.
I was thinking about picking it up for the PS4 actually, because I'm dying for a game. Because that PS4, spent £400 for it, and I just want a game which can make me use the thing, because it just seems like it's sitting there collecting dust. I play my PS3 more than I play that.
Yeah.
It's like a Dreamcast. Glorified dust collector.
Ooh, I can see many Sega fanboys raging.
Because Sega have been relevant for the past 10 years.
Ooh,
Oh, man,
we're burning bridges, we're burning bridges.
There's a hilarious screenshot I saw of like a YouTube video, and it was the title was Sonic fan base rant, how you all ruined Sonic, and like it was this like little like nerdy 9-year-old kid with like glasses. Like he was like literally swinging a chair, like there was motion blur of him like on the downward swing of the chair. Like it was so funny.
Was it not like Snake Boss? Because he was this stupid shit like that.
I have no idea.
What you were trying to show us one where it's like some kid like defending Wii U.
Yeah. There's the Nintendo fan.
I know exactly who you're talking about. Is it the one that uses like the Modern Warfare 2 hit markers all the time?
No, that's Snipers who took the piss out of that video.
Alright.
But there's the original video which talks about like the 2DS. There's one where he's trying to defend the 2DS, and like bless him, he's like 9, and he's like, the original Game Boys didn't have hinges, so Nintendo are only just going back to their roots.
Oh.
And it's like it's really bad to like laugh and take the piss out of it, but it's so funny at the same time. But
I'm sure I'll have an aspiring career as a game journalist one day. You could probably do a better job in League and Alex of IGN though, couldn't you?
it's not hard.
Ooh.
Just don't have to be.
Yeah, I'm watching some medieval gameplay right now. I'm curious because it looks pretty cool. Oh.
Resurrection. Is that
Yeah,
2 or...
that's a remake of the first one or something, or reimagined or some shit like that. I don't know. I
remember this.
I'm good. My PSP's broken. I need to fix it or get a new one. I might just get a Vita. But then again, I don't even have like the time to use like 3DS or Xbox 360 anymore. All I ever do is play PS3. It seems.
Yeah.
PS3 in the occasional Wii or Wii U game, and then I played Ground Zeroes a few weeks ago and that was shit. Anyways, let's get into the news. And Jig, you have a very interesting story.
I do. Saw this on TotalXbox.com, which comes from Kotaku Australia. Microsoft held their Microsoft Build Developer Conference, which they do every year, and someone from Kotaku Australia asked whether they're going to be doing emulation on the Xbox One for the Xbox 360 games, which will be, their Microsoft's official line has been hold on to your Xbox 360 because we're supporting it until 2016, but it changes my view if they're going to bring it out. They say it's not going to be for a while, but if they're going to do this emulation, depending on how they do it, I'm just going to get rid of my Xbox 360 and just get the Xbox One if they're going to do the emulation.
Yeah.
The way I'd like the emulation to be done is because your gamer cards carry over, I would like it to read your gamer card and see which games you've played.
That's a little bit sketchy though, because you could just borrow like all your mates' games and then be like, yeah, I own these games.
Yeah, but that's the best way I could see it happening. I don't know how else it would be unless you then have to go and buy every single Xbox 360 game again. Yeah. Like the best way I see it is like it looks at your gamer card and see which games.
No offense to Microsoft, but that's probably how they're going to do it. You're going to have to at least pay something.
As long if it's digital downloads and it's cheaper than what they are now, I'll pay it.
Well,
I don't mind.
The thing is, right, speaking of digital downloads, right, do you know the thing that really pissed me off about the PS4, right? So, get this new console, right? I don't have that many games for it. I'm thinking, I'm hoping most I can just transfer most of my PS3 downloadable games over, like you can with the Wii and Wii U, which you could do from day one, I believe. Nah, can't. So I can't.
Backwards compatibility.
Yeah, but one thing I do think though, I think if Microsoft are going to do the get-go on this, and this is going to happen, which I think is a great idea for the gamers. I can understand why backwards compatibility hasn't been a part of it yet because of
gamers are backwards.
Xbox 360s and PS3s are both still selling, but I think this is great if they're going to do this because Sony will do the same thing with the PS3.
Yeah, I hope they do because it's just going to mean that you can still play Xbox 360 games if you're getting an Xbox One and can't exactly afford to go and buy these new games that are coming out.
See, what I think about next gen is that next gen is here, but next gen's not here. You know what I mean?
Fully, like
it's
still kicked off.
All these things that Sony and Microsoft are doing, they're good, but they won't be good for like a little while. You know, these are the kind of things that like gradually snowball into something great when like all the games are.
Well,
released.
It is only like their, you know,
all the
the
issues are
opening
worked out.
year, so to say.
Yeah.
It's still like that baby period.
The thing is, right, like people said though that like the first if the last generation, everyone said that the first like next gen game was Bioshock 1, which came out in 2007, August I believe, and the Xbox 360 had been out for almost 2 years. So I do think like yes, we are next gen consoles are out, but I don't think we're in the next generation yet.
I'd say we are since they're out.
To be honest, I feel like everything that Sony and Microsoft announce in the next like at least year is more of a manifesto than anything.
Yeah.
Really. It's not this is rolling out now. This is rolling out later and it'll be developed later and patched later.
Yeah.
I think we're waiting for that game which sets the bar, like what Bioshock did. It sets like the standard of what next gen games should include. I
think Halo, like that, Halo will be the Microsoft's bar setter. I don't think that's not because I'm a Halo fanboy, because you know I am, but I think Halo because it's their flagship.
Yeah,
it'll be the one that sets the bar.
If they're gonna take the time and effort on any game, it's gonna be
the issue though is right. The bar is harder to set now because what else can they add? And personally, right, I think what could be the bar setter might be Destiny, because I think this is new. It's not necessarily totally new, but you know, like they're taking the first person shooter genre to a new level. You know,
it looks like The Division, so it's an interesting genre.
Yeah,
to be going into.
And I think what next gen is going to offer compared to last gen is it's going to offer, I think, you know, wider experiences, like in the multiplayer aspect.
Next gen will never be here for me personally. Like I was talking to you about before, the way Microsoft just 180'd everything since their announcement. That was next gen for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very progressive in the sense that I'm like, you know, digital. You know, for consoles, go all digital, but you know, don't make it as expensive and no backwards compatibility. But
I feel like Watch Dogs is probably not going to be that game which defines next gen.
And everyone thought it would.
Everybody's like ridiculously hyped for Watch Dogs, and I think because it's been delayed that much, it could mean that they're polishing it and like whatever. But because it's been delayed that much and the hype train's like continued to build and build with like every single like detail that gets released about it, it can only end up being a disappointment at this stage.
I don't know. It depends.
Yeah, like, I'm still looking forward to that. I could
be this time, like in a few months, I could be totally eating my words here. But I don't know.
It's only been delayed once, hasn't it? And generally, when it's delayed once, it means that it's just a polish. But
yeah, it was delayed. It was meant to come out the same. It was meant to come out the 22nd of November. Because I remember that was the day the Xbox One came out.
Yeah.
But actually that name's so bad still.
Xbox One.
Yeah, I really hate it.
I heard.
I mean, it's clever
as to where it came from.
But see, do you know what I think? Well, I'm gonna guess because when I think Xbox One, I thought the play on words was it's one console what does everything in your sitting room.
It plays into that. On your TV, you have input one. You plug your Xbox in to input one, and it does everything.
But I have an input two on my TV, so if I did that, it would fuck with shit.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Where your Skybox, your Virgin Media box is plugged in.
The input for my PS3 used to be input 3, and I used to be very happy with that.
Well, I ain't rich enough to afford a TV with 4 HMIs, but you know what it is, right?
Oh, yeah.
I've settled for the past since 2011, right, when I had both an Xbox and PS3, and I had 2 HDMI cables. I always have them both connected, no hassle. Have my Wii connected via SCART. Everyone was happy. And then I get the Wii U. Oh, it's a HDMI. So now I have to like constantly change them. PS4, another HDMI. If I ever get an Xbox One, 5 HDMIs. But I think by the time if I ever get an Xbox One, I will have beaten most of my Xbox 360 and PS3 library. Therefore, I won't like have them set up anymore. Oh, I'll probably have the PS3 set up just for nostalgia. I love that console.
So, my other news that I had was just a little, two little things. Halo fans will be happy to know that Ridley Scott has sort of confirmed he's working on a digital feature for Halo, and Forward Unto Dawn, this is what it's meant, like the feature is meant to be like Forward Unto Dawn where it's episodic.
Right.
And it's live action, so it'll be pretty hype if it's done well.
Wasn't the first... I have absolutely no knowledge of films. Like whatsoever.
I studied film studies for 2 weeks.
Okay, I'm pretty sure Alien and Aliens were really good.
Alien 3 was like...
Ridley Scott film. Alien 3 was
kind
of possible.
Meh.
Alien Resurrection was absolutely atrocious.
And then AVP 8 and AVP 2 was shit.
Isn't like one of the Scott brothers? I don't know if it's the one who died or one who's alive. Or is it one of them's from North Shields. The other one's from South Shields. That's ridiculous. That's local. Like, I'm one of them, and I think it's mad because that's like a local celebrity. For like South Shields, which we are part of. I don't know is South Shields like what's it defined as, but yes, Sir Ridley Scott, South Shields, Tyne Weir, England, UK, yes. And
I couldn't think of anyone better to
fuck you, North Shields.
Yeah, fuck you. He's all over about Tony Scott. He made Top Gun.
Oh well.
Well, we've been and Beverly Hills Cop 2. I don't actually saw any of these films, but like I hear all good. I don't watch
Ridley
films.
Scott did better.
Yeah.
But if there's anyone like I would put on out of the cast, like the list of directors to do like Halo, it would be Ridley Scott.
Michael Bay.
Yeah, so Michael Bay and Peter Jackson
Quentin Tarantino
were meant to be doing it, and I think Michael Bay would bastardize it.
Yeah.
It would be lasers and explosions and Transformers. Which he said that he hates.
Wait a minute.
Transformers.
Isn't that just Halo though?
No.
I think that the Coen brothers should do it because I like No Country for Old Men. It's a good film.
Brilliant film. But in terms of sci-fi, I don't think there's any other like director I'd put on a Halo film. It's just as long as have you seen Forward Unto Dawn?
Nah.
Have you seen Narnia?
Nah.
You know who Anna Popplewell is?
Nah, it's hot.
Yes.
She
was in Forward Unto Dawn,
okay.
and as long as she's cast in the next feature, I'll be fine.
What's her name? Anna what?
Anna Popplewell.
Well, there we go. Popplewell. Let's see how hot she is. Lewd. Whoa, that's a weird picture. She's on London. That London. She's damn teeth. She really does conform to the southern stereotype of big teeth, unlike the northern stereotype of being enlightened, hilarious, friendly, and good looking, and cultured.
Which is all true.
It's just fucking bullshit.
It is all true that the north of England is home of some of the finest human beings who are definitely in a deeper part of the gene pool than those from down south with the teeth and the smelly tea breath.
Yeah.
And she also went to Magdalen College, Oxfordshire. Oh, Oxford, but
she's still really hot.
I don't think she's attractive. And she studied English language and literature. That should be she read English language and literature because we are in the south.
Yeah. So what was your little bit of news then, Jake?
Shit. It was apparently there's a prequel to Borderlands 2. So Borderlands 1.5 essentially. And it's meant to feature a young handsome Jack.
Yeah.
Which will be pretty interesting.
Who's handsome Jack?
He's the main bad guy.
The main villain from Borderlands.
And he's hilarious. Yeah. Like he just talks about he just occasionally beats
he rings you up to like get the sly digs in at you.
And he just says, "Oh, I just bought a unicorn," and he's like, "I'm gonna name it. It's something outlandish."
Butt stallion.
Butt stallion. That's it.
Wait,
He just goes, "I'm gonna name my."
See,
unicorn
that's
Butt Stallion."
see, you just said, right, he rings you up to have side digs. That's what I call guerrilla trolling. It's like, I don't know if I've told you a story before, right, but I had this argument with this person on Facebook, right, and there's like massive shit went down. And what happened was, I blocked her on Facebook before she could block me, because I really didn't like this person. I thought one day I'm going to do some guerrilla trolling where I unblock them, send them an inbox full of rage and, you know, hate, and I laugh, giggle away, then block them before they can reply to us. Therefore, they are left with this, they are bamboozled, because they are left with this critical hit of just pure hatred amongst them by me. And can I get us back? No, because they're not going to see it in my face. You know, it's hilarious, man. And plus, if you know what they could do, right? What they could do is, right, they could you know, take it to like the college and say, "Oh, look, he's being a dickhead to us." They'll say, "That can't be him. I think you're faking. There's no picture there. It just has his name." And
Facebook user.
Yeah, it says Facebook user. Who is this Facebook user? We'll track him down. We'll get the bacon onto him.
Well, we're gonna backtrace his IPs. He's been reported to the cyber police and the state police.
I believe he's done goof.
He's
Harry.
done goof.
He has goofed at the dunnest level.
But it'll be interesting to see, because Handsome Jack is like the best villain ever.
I do like
And it'll be interesting to see whether it's taken from his point of view and his rise over Hyperion or not.
I've not played Borderlands. I know
really
that. I remember like you know that's right.
It's good
like,
on your own, better with friends.
I can remember they promoted it with the Lion Sleeps Tonight, but I always thought that Far Cry 3 would have been a more fitting game to have the Lion Sleeps Tonight played, not just because of me montage I made, but because like. It's just like when you're hunting. Like,
you're in the jungle?
Yeah, I used to play Far Cry 3 because I'm sure there's lions on it. I mean Far Cry 2, sorry, which was in the desert. And I used to go around with that song playing, like just sniping zebras and shit like that. I just always had this great feeling of just like power inside us, you know. Like I felt like I'm such a hype man that I can pick a gun up and kill a weak animal. I used to love, you know, as the Far Cry 3. I think they should give the animals, do you know, like Watch Dogs has like these like storylines which are like every character has one story. They should give it to animals. So when I see a group of deer, right, I can shoot the mother deer and watch all its like baby deers, like just watch when I gut its body.
You drop out of college out of grief and
it will be the. See, if I directed Bambi, that's what would happen, you know. I mean,
gruesome skinning of Bambi's mother. The director's cut of Bambi.
I just think, you know what it is, right? Like, kids' movies need a little bit more of this thing called reality in them. That in life, you're going to get fucked over. And because the thing is, right, when you learn that you're going to get fucked over at a young age, right? When you get fucked over and you're old, that's like, oh, well, you know, Bambi told us this was going to happen. I'm feeling alright, you know. Fair enough, you know. But then you'll get over it because I'll watch Rocky and feel motivated.
Yeah, it's too subliminal in kids' films.
It is.
See, it should be when Bambi's mother dies and Bambi's all like, "Oh no, my mom's dead." That should be replaced.
Is that a direct quote from the film?
Aye. That should be replaced with like flashing white text on the screen and like air horns like with flashing white text saying "Shit happens, motherfuckers."
That'd be so funny.
And then get over it.
Yeah. One of our kids' films need a little bit of an ounce of reality in them. The Hunchback of Notre Dame, because beauty isn't in the inside, beauty's on the outside. If you ain't beautiful, you ain't worth it, man.
On the inside, your bones, flesh, and muscle.
Yeah.
What's beautiful about that?
Nothing. I mean, that wasn't that like character on like Street Fighter AX. And isn't Street Fighter AX not a piece of shit game? I believe it is.
And Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, clearly she had a seventh with them.
A seventh, that is. Yeah. To be fair, I'll high five her because that is some good goal. You know, I mean,
little dwarfs.
I always like the song. You know, hi ho, way after where we go. It was good. It was funny.
A spade and a hand grenade. Hi ho.
Whoa, I don't remember that variation. Was my childhood lied yet again? No, this because this is a good topic. You know, let's talk about how to butcher like movies. You know what it is? I'm just trying to think. Oh god, because I don't watch
Frozen. Where she's out in the cold, she should die of hypothermia and teach the bitches not to go out with nothing on.
Yeah, because like someone might go out with like, you know, without like going the cold and then die. I'll be oh shit, man. But they won't blame Frozen, you know. They'll probably blame Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 for having a level set in the snow. Oh god, no.
He was wearing provocatively.
Yeah.
Can't say that.
What about you? Is your favourite kids movie of all time? Like when you were like a child? I was like Toy Story. That was a great movie.
I don't know.
I believe it was right wing propaganda though, you know. to try and vote in like the Fourth Reich. That is the message I get nowadays.
From Toy Story.
I do. Maybe I'm reading it a little bit too much.
If we're going for Disney movies, I'd probably say The Incredibles.
Didn't like it that much actually.
Incredibles.
Lion King 3 with Timon and Pumbaa. It's great.
No,
Nathan Lane and...
I never liked Lion King 1. I thought it was really shit. I just... Because
have you seen Lion King 2?
I have. It's even worse.
Yeah.
It's like you know what it's
you
like?
ain't seen shit until you've seen Lion King 2.
Lion King 2 is like Guantanamo Bay level of bad. Like, you know what they do, right? They like put, you know, like I haven't saw Clockwork Orange, but there's a bit I got told where like they put like they make his eyes like they put sticks in his eyes so they open, right? In Guantanamo Bay, they get in a chair, they do that, make you watch Lion King 2.
Worst form of
torture. As well as Batista winning the Royal Rumble.
Ooh.
Yeah, but no, like I'm trying to think. I don't. You know, my problem with Lion King is right. I was always a little like when I was younger. I always liked the bad guys more, and I think I still do. I've always just liked those scumbags because, at the end of the day, right, they have the right intentions. All they want to do is have absolute power and just fuck shit up, right? I'm like, I respect that because they're just so overt about it. It's not like, oh yes, I'm going to secretly take you down, haha, and screw you. It's like, yeah, like I mean, what is he Mufasa? Is that the bad guy in Lion King?
No, Scar.
Well, Scar's badass. He's like he kills his own brother. That's dedication to the cause, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's like
in terms of like Pixar-ish movies, I can't like say which one's my favorite because they've all been butchered after I watched after I read the Pixar theory.
What's the Pixar theory?
It links every single Pixar film.
Oh no.
Done together in one big theory.
It's scary.
No, not scary. It's just once you start reading it and then you realise what, like, every little bit, and then you go back and watch every film looking for these things, you're like, fuck, mind blown.
Yeah. No, I think that's cool.
Oh, it is. It's ridiculously cool. But any Pixar film that I loved as a child, it's like, now butchered.
Yeah.
You know, I always think like, you know, the Nintendo universe is only no Lincoln because how could Smash Bros happen? Exactly.
Yes.
It is that. I feel that's actually probably a theory. You know,
wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Maybe we should check game theories.
I love game theory. They did one on is Donkey Kong Country communist? And I was like, well, yeah, of course it is. Communism is the finest ideology to have on the political spectrum, and Donkey Kong Country is the finest game. You know,
in the world.
I think most games actually in theory are quite left wing because it's a lot of like sort of kids games like Zelda. It's kind of like this big bad guy wants to conquer the world, you know, take over, and then it's like, yeah, nah, it's not happening. I'm here full of people, we the people, and then Link's like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck this guy shit up. He does him in, but then again he's doing it for the monarchy, which is kind of like yet again, you know, because fuck, you know, no.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a little topic because we don't have much to talk about tonight, which was gonna be if Microsoft made their own Super Smash Bros. Brawl type of game with the amazing roster of characters, who would be in it?
Master Chief, obviously. Just to put that one down there straight away.
Arbiter
from Halo as well.
Then like Marcus from Gears of War, some Locust guy. I don't really play Gears of War.
Yeah. Ron. That would be who?
Ron. You have a chainsaw, you just wreck everybody.
No, that'd be great.
You get like Jargo, probably Orchard, and Fulgore from KI. Fulgore.
You might get Sergeant Johnson from Halo as well,
probably.
Yeah.
Potentially, because he's apart from the Master Chief and the Arbiter, he's the poster boy within the community.
You'd get a stock hero for like good and bad for Halo. You'd also get Gordon Freeman because, you know, everyone knows that Valve loves the Xbox. Ooh,
to be honest, you probably would.
Yeah, it would make sense. Oh, have I offended your PC fanboys?
They could possibly maybe get Rayman in there.
No, Rayman.
Ubisoft make all their deals with PlayStation, the bastards.
Yeah, so it wasn't. Wait, there was a game where I'm sure Ezio was in one like a fighting game. I'm guessing it was Soul Calibur because that makes
It wouldn't
sense.
surprise me because Yoda and Darth Vader was in Soul Calibur.
Isn't Spyro a Microsoft IP now, or is it
Skylanders.
You just offended many people's childhoods there, Harry. Do you want to tell them stuff Deal with it. I think Ezio was in it.
I think you could get Rayman in there, but I don't know because Ubisoft make all their deals with PlayStation.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, PlayStation players, here's 60 minutes extra gameplay that Xbox guys won't get. Have fun.
Well, actually, see, the thing is though,
bollocks.
Those Xbox motherfuckers.
That's bullshit though, right? Because once if you can speedrun the game, therefore that 60 minutes could just be 6 minutes.
Well, yeah, that's true. But when they're promoting Assassin's Creed or Watch Dogs, you get extra gameplay, and this is gameplay that won't be released as DLC for Xbox.
Oh,
I'm missing out.
Hey guys, can everyone remember that at the end of the Xbox One announcement, did they have their own IP as the final closing trailer? No, they had Call of Duty Ghosts.
Call of Duty Ghosts though is like it works with like Battlefield and it gets everything first.
Yeah.
On the Xbox.
And then PlayStation.
What Activision even make these days? Spider-Man games, Call of Duty. They don't
make. They publish.
Well, yeah. But what they publish?
Destiny. Publishing Destiny.
Oh yeah.
This year.
Guitar Hero. So they can have like some of the like those amazing characters from Guitar Hero. They can have Billy Corgan. Billy Corgan can be a character. Actually, he used to fight in ECW, so that'd be pretty funny. In fact, give them Triple H. We'll have Triple H. And Dead or Alive characters, I'm pretty sure that's quite
Oh my fucking god.
We're really scraping the barrel, aren't we?
We are.
I mean, why not go full out and just go Virtua Fighter 5 fighters?
Whoa, how
Whoa. That's just tragic, that isn't it?
On a serious note, though, I don't know who else really you could have.
There aren't many IPs that spring to mind when you think Xbox exclusive. You could
Ninja Gaiden, Ryu Hayabusa.
He's in Dead or Alive though.
Nah, he is actually.
You could.
That's why I have four of them.
You could dip into the Xbox Live indie titles, I suppose. You could put Castle Crashers in there.
Explosion Man, he'd be so OP though, just like boom, 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 boom. It'd be like
Castle
boom,
Crashers
boom,
would be the tiny.
That's
bastards.
I was gonna idea for Montage Mondays when that finally launched out. Explosion Man, boom, boom, boom. I want you in my room, spinning it together. It'll be the hypest, yeah. But I'm thinking Explosion Man. The more everyone loves the more. He's such a household name.
Super Meat Boy.
Oh yeah, Super Meat Boy is really good.
Yeah.
Limbo Guy, Braid. Well, Tom from Braid.
Yeah.
Tom, that's such a thingy name.
Tim, isn't it? Tim, Tom.
Whatever. Tim, Billy,
vowel.
Stephen.
Yeah.
They could have Steve Buscemi. Just put Steve Buscemi. That would be pretty hype.
How about Robert Mapplethorpe?
Who?
From the Flowers of Robert Mapplethorpe on the Sega CDO.
You know what? I love that game. Harry is one of my top 10 Sam Masterclass. It's
probably not the CDO, but you know.
6 out of 5 stars. Good read.
No.
We could have Jordan in it. Jordan would be a great character.
Oh yeah. With or without the box?
With.
Oh, well, see, right?
Because the box is kind of Lummy's thing, really.
Oh, it is. Well, Lummy can be in it as Fat Princess.
Well, Jordan is the new lump.
In fact, right, how about this? 180 Nathan Drake in the Xbox fighting game. And what would it be called? Like Xbox,
It wouldn't be like PlayStation Battle Royale. It would be like
Super Xbox, perhaps.
No.
Barroom Brawl.
I don't know.
We have shit characters.
It'd be something really fucking cheesy, but
Royal
really clever.
Microsoft Rumble.
Then, well, can we have Triple H in it?
Yes.
It would be the hypest game, right? It would get 7 out of 5 stars. It wouldn't even be released. It was that good, and only I can't remember his name now. Like Phil Spencer. Only he would play.
They could have they could have Oddjob from Goldeneye.
Oh my god, Oddjob is
fucking
hypest.
OP. Smaller than every other character.
Right,
just with his fucking heart.
You just give him the club. He'll be fine. You give him the club.
The club was the hypest gun ever though. What was that guy called who used to work for Sony? Was it Phil Harris or something like that?
No idea.
Because I'm sure he got a job with Microsoft. No, he didn't. No, it's someone else. Oh well. because he was really no. Yes, he did. Phil Harrison had joined. Nah, he should be in the game. Look at his bald head, man. He's like, yeah, you know what? Fuck you, Sony.
Shine.
Do you remember fucking giant enemy crabs back in the day? When
So here's this giant enemy crab.
even Banjo-Kazooie, because they took the piss out of it in achievement, we had to like knock out the legs of a giant enemy crab. Banjo and Kazooie could be in the game, and I only play as them because that is the best game Microsoft actually have to offer. Sue me.
Well, Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts from like 2006.
8.
God,
get right, Jay. I got a D1. I got actually a story. I got that. Then it came out the 14th of November. It was like a week after me. Well, a week and a day after my birthday, I should say. What happened was there's the same day Call of Duty World at War came out, and I got that game instead. And the guy in Game Station laughed at it, and I was like quite quiet and timid back then. So I was like, oh well, I'm quite embarrassed for myself. And actually, your brother Harry, he actually messaged us that night. I can still remember it because I thought it was so weird getting messaged by somebody for the first time. Is Banjo-Kazooie any good? And I was like, aye. A man of few words. But this guy from Game Station, I was like, why are you laughing at us? You know, I was like,
Game Station was full of
like squares.
See the Game Station at the galleries when it existed.
People who would go unemployed anywhere else.
Oh.
Well, I can say that now because Game Station's closed now.
True, but they all now work at Game.
That's true.
Where they're all cunts.
No, I don't know. I like the people who work at Game in Newcastle. They're all canny. Just they didn't hire us. Which
Look, right. The guy from Game in Newcastle fucked up my pre-order Pokemon X.
Would you want to be specific of which guy? Because there are many guys at that shop.
I believe
the lady,
glasses and a bit of a neckbeard.
A bit of a neckbeard.
I'm sorry, who am I kidding? He had a hedgerow on his neck. And he fucked up my pre-order and gave me Pokemon Y instead of Pokemon X, which at first I was a little bit pissed off at, but then I was like, you know what? I don't mind. Y Master Race.
Yes! I never got the why everyone's like so bothered about Pokemon X, like, oh, I need to get that one. Or if you get Pokemon Y, it's square. And I was just like, no.
See, like the thing that switched it really was the announcement of Mega Charizard X. That was it.
Well, see, right?
Everyone was like, oh yeah, the Y Legendary looks much better, which is what people usually buy different versions for, is the Legendary.
Well, see, the issue here is, though, right? I do not have zero fragility tolerance, therefore a special Charizard wasn't going to phase me. I always get the second version. Do you know why? Because to me, it is symbolic of me being a younger brother. Because, my older brother, he always got the game he wanted, but I had to get second pickings. But to be fair, Kyle got absolutely like wrecked Groudon, therefore, you know, fuck you, Jack.
See, I always had, like, when the Legendaries were announced, everyone was like, oh shit, look at the rat fucking bird. But I was like, yeah, the DL looks pretty cool, like. So I was always like, I always had my heart set on X, and then when it was kind of like poetic justice when Mega Charizard X got announced, and I was just like, told you, I fucking told you.
I was never gonna get. I never wanted to. Even the Mega Charizard just looks stupid. Like I always get the second version, but do you know something, Harry? Next Pokemon games, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna get neither version.
Oh no.
Oh. Aye, I said, you know what's right. I wanted to boycott getting the Pokemon game. Well, not boycott. That's such an unwarranted self-importance. That oh yes, I boycotted the game. Take that, corporations. Take that, Nintendo. But I'm done with Pokemon now. Like, I was hoping like X and Y would be like a revolution to the franchise, but they really weren't. I was highly disappointed.
I can't say I ever started with Pokemon, to be honest.
Oh, it was my childhood for so long, and I loved like Red, Blue. I love Generation 1, 2 and 3. 4 was a bit disappointing. And I remember when I got 5, that's when I first realised I think it's time to stop playing Pokemon. And then, not because I think I'm getting too old, I don't think there's any age restriction on it. It was more just like, this isn't the same anymore. I'm not getting the same fun out of it. It just seems mediocre to me, which is just my opinion, obviously. But the thing was, I mean, I did get into Black and White. I got into White Card, that one. When I got me 3DS, because I didn't have any 3DS games, I just bought them off you, actually, like Zelda and Star Fox. But what happened was, I was playing. I remember I got into White. I thought, yeah, White's pretty good. Then when White 2 came out, I enjoyed that as well. But like, I haven't even beaten Pokemon Y yet, you know. I'm up to the Elite Four. Like, I'm still in Victory Road, and I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it. And I don't know. Just fuck Pokemon now. If you enjoy it, good for you. But I'm through. I'm done. This is an official declaration to the world, because the world cares so much, that I, Sir Sam, announce today that I will no longer get hyped for the Pokemon franchise unless it's a remake of Ruby and Sapphire. There we go. Anyways, I think leaving on a negative note. Please. That is like a that's just like, you know, that's going down in history like the Declaration of Independence, in my opinion.
Be more significant.
Ooh. But anyways, I've been your host, Sam, and you've been joined with
Jake.
Harry.
Not Lummy, the fat prick. And we'll see you next week. Goodbye.